I'm not gonna knock the table. All right.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever. Welcome back. And today I'm getting interviewed. Questions from you, from him. This is my dad, by the way.
Sadly, I am the proud father of this young man who is a Boy Scout out of Troop 52 in Marshall, Pennsylvania. He is going to be an Eagle someday. He's currently working with his Eagle Project, and his Eagle book. And hopefully by the time he turns 18, he'll have his Eagle Scout project. So, Jimmy, tell me about your scouting history.
My scouting history. So, about 10 years ago, I joined Pack 152 out of West Bradford Elementary. It's in Den 7. Did that until I got my Aero Light Award. And then I joined Troop 52 in Marshallton. And now I'm working on my Eagle project.
So let me ask you a couple questions. They were sent to us from around the country for this special camporee. And everybody out there, from Maine to California, Puerto Rico to Alaska, hello from West Bradford, Pennsylvania.
Howdy.
So the first question we have comes from little Michael Dallator and Pack 111 out of Fallcroft, Pennsylvania. How long do you have to go to school to become a firefighter?
That's actually a really good question. So we actually, all the training, most of it from the time you're 14 till you're 18 is going to be really on the job. So from the time you're 14 to 16, you can do training, but you can't go on calls yet, and you learn everything that you have to know to go on calls from the time you're 14. And when you turn 16, then you can start going on calls. And the stuff you're going to learn is how to open up a hydrant, how to throw a ladder, stuff like that, what all the tools on the fire trucks are used for, everything like that. And then when you turn 18, you can take a class called Fire 1. And that, depending on how many nights a week you do it, can take up to 6 months, take a year. And that'll teach you everything about going inside a house fire and things like that. You could also take classes to just get better knowledge. Like, for instance, we have vehicle rescue, we have hazmat operations, stuff like that.
What sparked your interest in becoming a firefighter?
So, like most toddlers, I've always wanted to be a firefighter. And, I used to come to the open houses that West Bradford would put on, and I was like, yeah, this seems cool. Kind of forgot about it, and then one day I ran into one of my friends at a football game, and I saw he was wearing a West Bradford Fire Company t-shirt, and I'm like, hey, are you still doing that fire company stuff? You think you could send me the application? And so he did, and then from that point on, I've been up here.
I can say, as his dad, that since he was a little kid, from getting the Hess truck, fire trucks, to Matchbox cars, and all the different toys he had, he always wanted something that was firefighter related. So, sort of something that it's something he's been interested in his whole life. Just kind of cool.
I thought I was answering the question.
Hey, see what I got to deal with here. All right. This question here comes from Annette Garrison from Augusta, Georgia. Cubpack 1007. It's a big number. All right. What skills do you use to do your jobs?
So it's a lot of different stuff, a lot of strength-based, but it's also a lot of thinking. Every skill that I use at this fire department, I've learned in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. So you think knots are useless? Once you get a job doing something like this, we actually use them every day. I mean, I've used knots since the first day I joined. I've been helping other people with their knots just because I had that experience that I learned from Cub Scouts. A lot of axe knife install stuff. Once you get into Boy Scouts, you'll get your tote and chip. And yeah, I use that all the time. A lot of the leadership skills, a lot of the teamwork stuff that I learned in scouting, I apply here, and it's helped me a lot, so stick with it.
What's the Halloween knot?
I don't know, what?
It's the afraid knot. Dad joke. All right. So, we have another question here. It's from Johnny Costa from Denver, Colorado. Wow. Go Broncos. Do you have to take all the trucks on a fire?
So actually, every truck has a specific purpose. So for instance, this is engine 2, and we use that to go to house fires, automatic fire alarms, carbon monoxide detectors if they go off. This is what we take. But if there's something that involves extrication or search and rescue, something like that, we take our rescue truck because that is tool specific to what we need to do there. My personal favorite truck would be the brush truck. It's a 1985 Jeep, and it's meant to be light so we can go off-roading, so we can fight brush fires and wildland fires with it.
Wow, that's pretty cool. This one's from Fred Granite from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Go Packers! All right. So, how do you fill the trucks with water?
Great question. So, my job actually as an exterior firefighter is to open up the fire hydrant, and then using tools, we connect the hydrant to the hose and the hose to the truck, and then that's how we get water to the truck. Another thing that is really cool that I really like, we have these things called strainers, and instead of the hydrant, if there's no hydrant around, we can connect it to a pool, to a lake, to a creek, to a pond, anything like that that has water that's clean enough for us to use. Instead of opening up a hydrant, we can just put a thing called a strainer in there, and it takes all the bad stuff out, and all the water flows into our truck. So that back when we didn't have too many hydrants around here, back in the olden days, so to speak, that's what we used to do a lot of the time.
70s. All right. This is from a Cub Master, William Michaels. How old is your fire hall?
So this one was actually built in 1994. We do have an older one down in Marshallton. Fun fact, right across from where my Boy Scout troop meets. But so that I believe was built in the 60s. The fire company was founded in 1953. But after that, we did a little bit of renovation down there, made it bigger so we can fit more trucks in there. So I believe it was built sometime in the 60s.
Wow. That's from Amy Feitner in Poughkeepsie, New York. Do you have a firefighter dog?
Unfortunately, we do not. That's been a big thing. Firefighter dogs were actually back in the early 1900s, back when they didn't have trucks. They had horse and buggies like you see out in Lancaster, where they put a big water tank on the back, they had a horse carry it, and the firefighter dogs were actually meant to help the horses run faster. They would stand right behind them and guide them along. Unfortunately, we don't have firehouse dogs. We don't have any horse and buggies.
No.
They're really adorable though.
All right. This is from Johnny Bonlick from Club Pack 275 Darby, PA. That's my old pack. And he says, home of America's oldest volunteer fire company. Darby Fire Company #1 is the oldest fire company in the country. It was founded in 1775. Fun fact from the old man.
By who? By who? Who was it founded by?
Ben Franklin himself.
Franklin himself.
All right. How much do you guys like your job?
Well, especially for me, since it's volunteer-based, I love it. A lot of people, everyone up here loves their job. You know, it's volunteer-based, so if they didn't like it, I don't think they'd be up here. But we have a good, probably 20, 25 people that come up every Thursday for our training night, and I mean, we all love it. That's why we do it.
Wow. All right, this is from Cub Master Paul Delacour out of Fallcroft, Pennsylvania. He asks, any important lessons you like to impart that will help Cub Scouts learn how to stay safe?
You know, there's a lot of times where your smoke detector goes off. You always want to make sure to call 911 in that event, because even if you don't see any smoke, there still could be carbon monoxide, something like that. So you always want to get out of the house and call the fire department right away. You always want to change your smoke detector every 6 months. When you turn back and turn forward the clocks, you always want to change your smoke detector batteries. Learn how to use a fire extinguisher. We actually have a video from our virtual open house at West Bradford Fire Company that'll teach you how to use a fire extinguisher. We'll post the link in whatever Zoominar or whatever you're doing.
We will post all the links to the West Bradford Firehouse virtual Fire Prevention Week. And what's going to happen is we'll post it out there. You guys can look at that and then let your leaders know, because that will also be part of one of your ventures that you could ask. One of the big things that was really cool is everyone who worked in those videos was a junior firefighter. So this was something that, you know, I could say the kids did, right? The under 18 kids. And they did it because
Under 21.
Under 21, excuse me. And you're still kids, even if you're under 30, for me. Anyway, but it's something that they put together because of their love of the open house, but they couldn't have it out there. So Jimmy and the rest of them, who are the liaisons to the youth in the neighborhood, put together all these videos, 5 separate videos. You'll love them. Great music. They're hysterical. And I was blown away because they were put together by young guys and girls. All right. So along with that, do you have where did she say? Angela Martinez from Augusta, Georgia, wants to know, can girls be firefighters?
Yeah, we actually do have a lot of girl firefighters that run here and throughout the county. We're always looking for anybody who's willing to do it. So if you're willing to do it, good for you. You can look up applications like your local firehouse, just look it up online, and then they always have the applications on their website.
Right, so go in your local fire department, go out to the web, and look for them and drop an application. They could always use your help. And lastly, applause. Lastly, what is your favorite event you hold for the community? And that's asked by, one of ours. It is a Mikey Roner from Cup Pack 215 in West Bradford, Pennsylvania.
So my favorite event that we hold here is the open house. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that this year because of COVID-19. But every year, we always do something fun. I know the past couple of years we cut open a car. We teach kids how to use fire extinguishers. There's a lot of different stuff that we do. And I always like interacting with all the kids because I know a lot of them from Scouts. And I just like teaching people about the fire trucks and what it's like to be a firefighter.
Fantastic. Well, everybody, this has been the song telling you about about being a firefighter for Cub Scouts. And I can tell you something, to all the dads that are out there, I'm very proud of this young man. I'm going to cry. No, I'm very proud of this young man. And he really, really, really loves doing this. He comes every Thursday and he bounces his schoolwork, Boy Scouts, lacrosse, all the different things he does, he bounces it out. So he can give his full efforts to every one of them. It's something you guys need to do. So listen, we'll be talking to you guys later. Firefighter Jim will be back with some Halloween trick-or-treating tips. Take care.
All right, see you.
Okay.
You just want to stop that and then I'll do.
Oh shit, I didn't hit record. Oh, I did.